What holds most people back is not a lack of talent or opportunity, but a misplaced lens of focus. When attention is pulled outward toward others' opinions, comparisons on social media, and curated snapshots of someone else's life, those things expand. But when you turn the lens inward, toward your own growth, habits, and discipline, everything shifts. Confidence is not handed out, it is forged through action, making promises and keeping them, following through even when motivation is absent. Success rarely comes in a single leap. It is the compound effect of improving just 1% each day. Instead of measuring yourself against someone else's timeline, use the only measure that matters, the person you were yesterday. Energy is finite. Where you place your attention determines where energy flows. And that defines your results. Every time you scroll aimlessly, join trivial debates, or obsess over the uncontrollable, you are leaking power. That is why boundaries matter. Saying no to distractions, designing an environment that triggers good habits, and creating silence each day so noise settles and intuition speaks. Inside you already hold the answers. When you stop seeking external validation and grant yourself permission, you escape the trap of approval and step into authenticity. Fast results don't always show, but unseen progress is still progress. Don't chase shortcuts. Build trajectories. Each time you feel tempted to compare, ask where you raised your own standard today. Each time you fear judgment, remind yourself you live with the consequences, not them. The world will never be free of noise, but you can always choose focus. Place it on what nourishes you. Your skills, your health, your relationships, your purposeful work. Do this long enough and you'll realize you were never stuck, only misdirecting energy. Life is the sum of small repeated decisions. Each day you sign a contract with your future through what you focus on and act upon. Sign it with intention. When people fail to protect their focus, they chain themselves to stagnation. Daily energy is limited, and how it is invested shapes the future. If you constantly care what others think, you give them your power. If you obsess over someone else's success, you rob yourself of potential. If you let notifications dictate your minutes, you surrender control of your life. But the moment you redirect that energy inward, everything changes. Replace the worry about whether others like you with liking yourself. Replace overanalyzed mistakes with lessons. Replace the wish for a different life with the act of building one. Success belongs to those who channel energy wisely. High achievers don't waste their most sacred resource on comparison or distraction. They lock in on their goals and treat focus as if their future depended on it. Because it does. If you want transformation, cut out distractions, set boundaries, stop letting opinions dictate decisions. Every wasted second is stolen progress. Focus is everything. You don't need more time or motivation. You only need to stop leaking energy into the wrong places. And when you do, you'll see you were never stuck, only distracted. True success grows in ordinary moments, in countless small choices done consistently. Each morning you face a choice: snooze or rise, scroll or prioritize, excuse or step forward. These small acts accumulate into habits, and habits shape destiny. Small actions, repeated consistently, outweigh massive efforts. Keep one promise today. Make one healthier choice. Remove one distraction. Seeds planted daily grow into forests. Success follows nature's rhythm. Invisible progress first, visible results later. Beneath the surface, roots are growing, foundations forming. Patience is the bridge between nothing yet and breakthrough. Most people quit too soon because they can't see results fast enough. They crave instant reward, try for a week, see no change, and give up. But progress is often invisible at first. Beneath the surface, your body adapts, your brain wires new pathways, your mind learns patience. Walk away too soon and you'll never see the seed break the soil. That's why consistency beats motivation. Motivation fluctuates. Consistency is the habit you hold regardless of feeling. You don't need to want it. You just need to do it. The more you do, the more natural it becomes. This is the essence of identity-based habits. No longer, I try to write, but I am a writer. Not, I'm exercising, but I am healthy. When habits merge with identity, success is inevitable. Stop waiting for perfect timing. Each day you sign a contract with your future through choices. Are you signing for progress or delay? Many live chasing validation, adjusting choices to please others, shrinking to fit molds, But the moment you stop seeking external permission is the moment you find freedom. The need for approval is a trap. It breeds self-doubt and fear of standing out. But no matter what you do, someone will disapprove. Trying to please everyone is a losing game. Those fulfilled trust themselves. They don't wait for applause, they decide they are enough. Their worth is not tied to likes but to alignment between actions and values. Letting go of approval creates space for your true self. This is not selfishness. It is ownership. You bear the consequences of your choices. Each morning you must answer, am I living true? Or just trying to impress? When you stop chasing approval, respect grows. Confidence is magnetic, but it cannot be faked. It is built by choices aligned with identity. So stop waiting, stop asking, stop fearing judgment. Life is happening now. Don't waste it living for someone else. Trust yourself and let the rest align. Some will criticize, some will resist your change. But your job is not to make others comfortable. It is to live your truth. In today's noisy world, silence is rare. News, social media, and opinions bombard you, shaping who you should be. Without care, you lose your own voice. One day you may wake and realize you lived others' lives, not your own. The problem isn't that you don't know what you want. Deep down, you do. The problem is noise, constant comparison, and pressure to conform. Neuroscience calls this noise dominance. External signals overwhelming internal ones. The solution isn't more voices, but less. The answers are within, waiting to be heard. When was the last time you sat truly alone? No phone, no input, just you and your thoughts? Most fear this silence, filling it with scrolling or chatter. But clarity is born in stillness. Neuroscience calls this the default mode network. When unstimulated, the brain connects ideas and births insights. That's why successful people protect solitude, because it fuels clarity and creativity. In silence, your mind settles, intuition grows louder. You recognize what excites you and what feels right. If you feel lost, stop searching outward, turn inward. Take 10 minutes away from screens. Write, walk, meditate, or sit quietly. At first it feels uncomfortable. But if you stay, clarity returns, self-trust rebuilds, and answers surface. Once you know who you are and what you want, no opinion can shake you. Judgment loses power. Fear of rejection weakens. You walk with certainty, guided from within, not by outside noise. The answers are not out there. They are within, but you will never hear them if drowning in distraction. Disconnect. Step back. Give yourself space. Then you will see everything you sought was in you all along. Most don't realize how much energy is wasted. Overthinking, stressing about uncontrollables, comparing, complaining without acting. Energy is currency for the future. Invest it in negativity and distraction, and you stagnate. Channel it into growth, goals, well-being, and everything changes. Every complaint is stolen energy. Every dwelling on the past delays tomorrow. Every yes to draining demands is a no to progress. Guard your energy like it determines your destiny. Because it does. Willpower, like a muscle, weakens when wasted on the wrong things. That is why you must protect it through boundaries, selective focus, and refusing to be consumed by what doesn't serve you. When you start guarding energy, you feel the shift, clearer thinking, stronger motivation, sharper focus. Exhaustion fades because you no longer bleed energy into the meaningless. Boundaries aren't selfish, they are self-respect. They separate what deserves your energy from what doesn't. Step away from negativity. Distance from draining people. Replace destructive habits with nourishing ones. You owe no one an apology for protecting your peace. The most successful aren't those who do the most, but those who focus on what matters. They say no often, conserve energy, and direct it into purpose. That's why they succeed. And you can too. You don't need more hours or perfect plans. You need to stop energy leaks and channel effort into growth, health, and goals. Do this and you'll see you were never stuck. Only investing in the wrong places. Most people live reactively, waking to phones, letting notifications dictate emotions, spending the day putting out fires, ending drained and unfulfilled. That is what happens without intention. But the moment you stop reacting and start choosing, life changes. Intentional living means knowing what matters and aligning actions with it. It means controlling focus, energy, and time. So you're not just busy. You're truly progressing. When you shift this way, you realize you are not stuck, not behind, not missing anything. You just need to stop reacting and start choosing. Each no to the meaningless is a yes to what matters. Because in truth, you already have enough time to change your life. You just need to use it with intention. Start by clarifying priorities. What truly matters? What dreams deserve energy? Then audit habits. Do they align or drain? Cut what doesn't. You don't have to answer every message, waste hours scrolling, or stay in draining relationships. You have the right and the duty to protect your time. Once you remove the noise, fill the space with what matters: learning, creating, health, and meaningful connection. Block distractions. Set clear goals. Act daily. Intentional living is not just planning, it is execution. This is what sets achievers apart. Not just hard work, but hard work on the right things. Not just busyness, but focus. They don't let life happen, they lead it. And when you adopt this mindset, progress accelerates. Success is not luck, it is the inevitable outcome of discipline, focus, and intentionality. Stop giving energy to what doesn't serve you. Stop waiting for motivation, for perfect timing, for approval. You already hold what you need. Just live it with intention daily until pieces align. At the end of each day, the question isn't, was I busy? But, did I move forward? Life mirrors your choices. Sow intention and reap results. Sow distraction and reap delay. You are writing your story, line by line, with today's actions. Remember, everything you need is already here. The only missing piece is your decision to live fully with it. When you live with intention, you see that small repeated choices outweigh grand moments. Each tiny decision is a brick in the wall of your future. Most people wait for perfect conditions, wasting time. In truth, all you need is to start with the smallest step and repeat. Self-trust is built in layers. Keep one promise today, another tomorrow, and after 30 days you hold 30 proofs that you are reliable. That is how discipline forms. Yet many quit too soon. They expect quick reward. Mistakes slow growth for failure. But nature's law demands patience. Roots first, sprouts later. Progress is unseen, but adaptation is real. The brain, the body, the spirit reshaping. If you leave here, you'll never see the harvest. That's why consistency matters more than motivation. Motivation is a feeling. Consistency is a system. Action repeated becomes habit, and habit becomes identity. No longer, I try, but I am. Tie action to identity and success becomes inevitable. Stop waiting. Stop seeking shortcuts. Each day you sign a contract with your future. Are you signing for growth or delay? Progress is invisible until suddenly it's not. Like water turning to steam at 100 degrees. Trust the process. Over time, the hard becomes easy. What once took effort becomes second nature. That's the power of identity-based habits. Don't fall for illusions of quick success. Commit to small daily repeated actions. Start today with one smallest step. Keep one promise. Take one action. Repeat. The greatest transformation is not what you achieve, but who you become. You shift from dreamer to doer, from waiter to creator. And when you become that person, everything else in your life will fall into place. Most people live their lives reacting instead of creating. They wake up and immediately grab their phone, letting notifications and emails set the tone of their day. They spend hours on autopilot, moving from one demand to the next. And by the time evening arrives, they feel drained and empty, as if they did everything yet made no real progress. This happens because they are not intentional with their time. They are not choosing where their energy goes. They are simply giving it away to whatever comes at them. And over time, that pattern builds a life that feels stuck, lost, and unfulfilled. But it doesn't have to be this way. The moment you choose to live with intention, to stop reacting and start directing, everything changes. Intentionality is about clarity. It's about knowing what truly matters to you and making sure your actions align with that. It's about taking back control of your focus, your energy, and your time, so that you are not just busy. You are productive in a way that moves your life forward. Think about your daily routine. How much of it is spent on things that genuinely contribute to your growth, your happiness, or your success? And how much of it is wasted on distractions, obligations you don't care about, and habits that keep you from your potential? If you feel like you're not progressing, it's not because you lack ability, and it's not because you don't have enough time. It's because you are not being intentional with the time you already have. Imagine waking up each morning with a clear sense of purpose, knowing exactly what deserves your attention, and setting boundaries to protect it. Imagine ending each day with the satisfaction of knowing you moved your life forward. That kind of clarity is possible, but only if you take back control. Start by identifying what matters most, your priorities, your dreams, your values. Once you know, look at your daily habits and ask, do they align or do they drain? If they don't align, they must go. You don't need to say yes to everything. You don't need to respond instantly to every message. You don't need to spend hours scrolling through other people's highlight reels. You don't need to entertain relationships or habits that steal your energy. You have the right to protect your time. In fact, if you don't, the world will take it from you. And once you remove what doesn't matter, fill that space with what does. Prioritize growth, learning, health, meaningful work, and the people who truly uplift you. Block out distractions, set clear goals, and most importantly, follow through. Being intentional isn't just about planning, it's about execution. That is the difference between successful people and everyone else. They don't just work hard. They work hard on the right things. They don't just stay busy. They stay focused. They don't let life happen to them. They make life happen. And when you make this shift, when you start living with intention, you'll be amazed at how quickly everything starts to fall into place. Because here's the truth. You are not stuck. You are not behind. And you are not missing anything. You just need to stop reacting and start choosing. Stop giving your energy to what doesn't serve you. Stop waiting for motivation, the perfect moment, or someone else's permission. You already have everything you need to create the life you want. You just have to be intentional about it.